All right, let's go ahead and start. What would you highlight on that first one? Less, most definitely less than. Very good. Um, is. Very good. And then I have to circle my then, right? Because that's my backward word. And then the arrow pointing to what's next to it so that I can write it first. Remember, that's your backward word, so you got to write that first. All right, so this is your equal sign. What is it equal to? 94. And then whatever goes after less than, you write first. Number y, so that would be y, right? Less than means what? And how many am I subtracting? 8. There you go, and I'm done. All right. Next one. Less than, and then is. That's your equal sign. What is it equal to? 50. All right, let's do the then and whatever comes after. Do you know that number? That will be x, so that's x. Very good. Less than means subtraction, and how many are you taking? 20. There you go. That's it. All right, the sum of 6 and a number is, and I got a less than. All right, this is my equal sign. If it's a sum, I need to have an addition, right? What am I adding? 6 and a number. Do you know the number? So that will be x. So 6 plus x. And then whatever goes after less than, you write first. What goes after less than? 40. Less than means subtraction. And how many are you taking off? 2. Can you say 40 minus 2? Yeah, we can. That would be what? 38? Yay? Alrighty. All right. 4 more than a number is 34. So that's my equal sign. What is it equal to? 34. Whatever goes after then, you write first. Do you know that number? So that would be what? X plus, because that would be more than, and that would be 4. Put it in the notebook. All right. Next one. The sum of z and 10. And there's my equal sign. Less than. So this would be my equal sign. What are you, if it's a sum you're adding, what are you adding? Z and 10. All right, whatever goes after less than, you got to write first. What goes after less than? 20. Less than means what? Take away. And how many are you subtracting? 3. Can you say 20 minus 3? I think you can. That will be 17. All right. Any questions? No? All right, let's go to the next one. Can somebody pass this out, please? I need one. Daniel, can you help out? Please. The extra one's given back to me, okay? They go on day 3, right? You're putting them on day 3? Thank you. All right. So let's start with this. I'm going to show you how we're going to use this in a second because I want you to start organizing your work, and I've done this for you. And you can have this on the test if you need to because I will make plenty of copies for you. But let's go ahead and start with the first one. All right. So all we got to do in the first one is just solve. So what's my first step? Highlight what you're going to move. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and move that so that I don't have to worry about the MVP player. We have our cheat sheets out. I have Latanya with her cheat sheet out. That's about it. All right. So first step is to go ahead and highlight what you're moving. Second step, write what is not. Highlight it. So let's write down what's not highlighted. 4x minus 9. Third step, change everything that you're moving to its opposite, correct? So what's the opposite of plus 7x? Minus 7x. And what's the opposite of plus 4? Minus 4. And then you go straight to? Where? Talk to me. Equation solver. Thank you much. After we clear the calculator, correct? All right, so let's clear it. Second plus 7, 1 and 2. Math, scroll up, hit enter. So 4x minus 9 minus 7x minus 4. Babies. And then we do enter alpha. Enter. Negative 13 and repeating 3. So which one would you pick over here? These are your answers. If you cannot find it, you haven't done it right. So which one would you pick? Which one? H. Very good. So x equals negative 13 and 1/3. Very good. All right, so let's use this for number 2. Go ahead and write down that that's number 2. So use this. We're going to start using this now. All right. The square and the triangle have equal perimeters. That's important. Let's highlight. Find the value of x and then find the perimeter. All right. So let's go ahead and figure out what x is. What is x? Look at the figure. What is x? What is x on the figure? No. This doesn't say that x equals negative 5. This says that this side is x minus 5. So what is x? Look at it. What is x? What is it? X is x. What is it? Look at it. Where is it? All right, so what is it? It's in the triangle, so what is it? I'm not asking for the value. You need to define. I'm not asking for the value. You need to define. What is it? We don't know the number? That's not it? That's not what that's here. The solution is the number, right? Isn't that the length of a side of a triangle? Isn't that what it is? Isn't x one of the length? One of the sides, right? is the length of one of those sides. And actually, it's an isosceles triangle because two of them are the same, right? All right, so the perimeter of the square equals the perimeter of the triangle. Now, you need to know what happens with perimeter. How do you calculate perimeter? How do you calculate perimeter? You add all the sides up. Very good. What's special about a square? All the sides are the same. So don't I have 4 that are exactly like that? All right, so what's the perimeter of that? 4 times x minus 5, because I have 4 that are exactly the same, correct? All right, so what's the perimeter of the triangle if you got to add all the sides up? What is 1x plus 1x? 2x's. Plus what? 12. There you go. All right, now let's solve, right? Highlight what you're going to move. Write what you have not highlighted. Change everything to the opposite that it's already highlighted, right? So instead of plus 2x, and instead of plus 12, minus 12, and then calculator takes over, right? All right. So Herman's saying it's 16. Do we agree with him? No? 16? All right, so x equals 16. Now, is that the only thing that I have to find, the value of x? What else do I have to find? Very good. I also have to find the perimeter. How do I do that? The perimeters are the same, so what can I do? Very good. So substitute the 16s for x's, right? And then what do you have to do with those 3 numbers? Add them up. Very good. So in here, x equals 16, but what is the perimeter? What is 16 plus 12? 44. Yep, 44. Now, let me see if we did this right. We got to find our answers over here. Look, there's my 16 at the bottom. Do you see it? And then where's my 44? It's O. So we're good to go. Yay? Yes? All right, let's go for number 3. All right, so this is number 3. I'm going to fold it so that you guys can see the problem in that, right? Otherwise, I will cover the paper, but you don't have to fold your paper. All right, Omega just got her pilot's license and wants to rent a plane. The Platinum Plane Company charges $180 plus $92 per hour to rent a plane. The Plastic Plane Company, I'm going to do it in a different color because we have 2 different companies, charges $250 plus $78 per hour. And now I got to figure out for what number of hours would the companies charge the same, and what would the charge be? All right, if you don't know what your x is, always go to the question. What is it asking you to find? Look, read the questions again. Read question A again. And tell me what x is. Are you guys with me? Because it feels like you're tuning me out. Talk to me. What is x? Look at the question. Read the question. What does the question said? So what is x? Hours. Thank you. X is hours. So we got to figure out at what time does Platinum Plane equals plastic. Because it says, for what number of hours would the companies charge the same? You can put the boxes on the floor if it is bothering you guys to have more space. All right, so let's go to the platinum. Platinum, for me, is yellow, and for you guys would be, and the plastic would be pink for me, but I don't know what colors you guys are using. All right, are we good? All right, so what's platinum? 80 plus 180 plus 92 per hour. How do I translate that? Come on, guys. How do I translate 180 plus 92 per hour? Okay, can we translate 180 plus? How do we translate that? Let's chunk it. Come on, we can do this. Thank you. That's it. Why are we not talking today? 92 per hour. Yes, and what am I multiplying? 92 and what? What's hours? Thank you. Let's do plastic. 250 plus 78 per hour. 250 plus, it doesn't get more literal than that. 78 per hour would be 78x. And then after that, the calculator takes over. Highlight what you're going to change. I'm going to change the back. Write what you have not highlighted. Change everything that you have highlighted to its opposite. Yeah, both of them are subtraction. And then go to equation solver and do your thing. So Alondra says she's got 5 hours. Is that correct? Yes, it is. So that would be the answer for A. 5 hours. But we have not find part letter number B. What does letter B says? What would be the charge? So what do I have to do with that X now? Say that again? Substitute it on one of the two. I'm going to go ahead and take the one that I have highlighted and substitute it there, okay? So this would be 250 plus 78, and instead of an X, what am I writing? 5. So times 5. So quit equation solver and do 250 plus 78 times 5. Write it exactly like you see it. And that should be 640. Let me make sure that we're correct. Go over here and find your answers. We got 5 hours. Do we have 640? Yeah, at the bottom. There you go. Yay or nay? It doesn't sound like you guys are with me. I don't know. I'm not sure about this. All right, let's go for number 4. Okay? All right, the launch site for Trigon Balloon Company is 250 feet above sea level. What does it mean to be above sea level? Positive or negative? Thank you. So that's a positive 250. A hot air balloon is launched from the site and begins to rise. Rise means adding or subtracting? Adding. At a rate of 110 feet per minute. At the same time, another balloon that was 2,200 feet above sea level, so positive or negative? It's above sea level, so it's above sea level is negative. It's positive. Descends. Adding or subtracting? Very good. At a rate of 150. So, how long? There's your x. What's your x? Which means what? Look at your answer, which means minutes, because it's how long. Will it be until the balloons are the same elevation? And then what will their elevation be? So x equals minutes. In here it would be time, as of how long will it take us, right? Not how long am I. Do we understand the difference? One is length, as how tall I am. The other one is time. Yay? All right. So they're the same. Now this is what happened, and I'm going to do a little picture over here. You have one balloon over here, and you got one balloon over there. This one is going down. That one is going up. It's basically asking you, at what point will they be the same height? Now this one, the one that's going up, at what elevation is it? 250. And it's rising at what rate? So that would be 110x, because it's per minute, right? Now this one is already at a height of 2,200, but it's descending, so that would be minus, at 150 feet per minute. So that would be 150x. So at what time will those two be the same? So 250 plus 110x equals 2,200 minus 150. So highlight what you're going to change. Copy what you are not changing, what's not highlighted. Change all of this to its opposite. So instead of 2,200, minus 2,200. And instead of minus 150, plus 150x. And then calculator takes over. So 7.5 what? 7.5 what? Pairs of shoes I got home? Minutes. Thank you. So is 7.5 minutes. That's the answer for letter A. The next one is, what will their elevation be? So what do I have to do with that x now? Substitute it. And I always like to substitute it on what I have highlighted, so it's a lot easier, okay? So that would be get out of equation solver, right? And do that 2,200 minus, 150 times 7.5. So the elevation would be 1,075, and those would be feet, correct? All right. All right, let me see if we have, do we have those answers over here? 7.5 minutes. Yes, I see it. And 10, yep, it's over there at the top, right? here at the top? Yay or nay? All right, let's go to the back and let's do 5. We just got 2 more. We're good. I mean 5, 6, and 7, and we're done. All right, the temperature in cold spot is -7 and increasing 2.5 per hour. The temperature in Frostburg is 19 and decreasing 4 per hour. How long will it be? What's your x? So, how long will it be? So your x is what? No, it says how long. It would be what? Hours. It doesn't say how cold, right? It says how long. And then the second part would be, now this would be what will the temperature be? All right, so cold spot needs to be equal to Frostburg. All right, so talk to me about cold spot. It's -7 and it's increasing 2.5 per hour. Eyes on me, eyes on me, eyes on me. So what's the temperature? -7. If it's increasing, what does that mean? So that will be plus 2.5 per hour. Very good, 2.5x. All right, Frostburg is at 19. So we start with 19, right? But it's decreasing. Minus 4 per hour. 4x, good job. Now, highlight what you're going to move. Write what you haven't highlighted. Change everything to the opposite that you're moving and solve for x. All right. So instead of 19, minus 19, and instead of minus 4x, plus 4x. And let's go to equation solver. That was quick. For what? Pairs of shoes I got home? Thank you. 4 hours. All right, so that was A. Now I need to do B, which says what temperature will they be? So what do I need to do with that 4? Very good. Substitute. Okay, so get out of equation solver and write it just like you see it. 19 minus 4 times 4. 3 degrees? 3 degrees. Very good. So this would be 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure that the 3 and, yep, there's a 3. I can see the 3. Is there a 4? There you go. On O. It's all good. Are we good? All right, number 6. Trendy T-Shirts has decided to manufacture a new design. It will cost $400 plus 3 per shirt to purchase them. And Trendy plans to spend $5,000 on advertisements. The shirts will sell for $12. So look at my question. How many shirts? So what's X? There you go. If you don't know what X is, it's always in the question. Always in the question. Look for X in the question. All right, to break even, and it tells you that to break even, the total cost needs to equal the sales. All right, so it's telling you what the equation is. And then you have to figure out what would be the income or total cost, right? All right, so what's the total cost? If you were the manager of this store and you need money to make this shirt so you can first sell them, how much money do you need? 400 plus, very good. Is that the only thing that you need? Read it. So I'm also spending how much money on advertising my store? So is that money that I need? Heck yeah. Is that total cost? Yes. So I need also $5,000. Now what are my sales? Not swales. Say $12 per shirt. So what would that translate to? 12x. All right, so let's highlight what we're moving. So that would be 400 plus 3x plus 5,000 minus 12x. Go to equation solver and do your thing. So Latonya says 600. 600 what? Pairs of shoes? Thank you. I have a lot of shoes, but not that many. All right. So 600 shirts to break even. That means that when he sells 600 shirts, he has recovered everything that he invested. He hasn't made any money, but he hasn't lost any money either. Now I got to figure out what is the income for that many shirts. Don't you just go ahead and plug it in? So 12 times what? There you go. Get out of equation solver and do 12 times 600. I think it's 7,200. All right, do we have those answers over there? I see 7,200. Do we see 600 somewhere? Yeah, over there at the top. All right, last one. Are we good? And we are done with this. All right, this is number 7. Romeo and Juliet first saw each other when they were 270 feet apart. I know. I don't know. Romeo began running toward Juliet at a rate of 16 feet per second. I guess they can't get enough of each other. And Juliet began running toward Romeo at a rate of 14 feet per second. Look at the question. How many seconds? What's my X? Thank you. X equals seconds. Yay? Will they start running and will they meet? So at what point will they be at the same location, right? So what is the total distance that they need to travel? 270, which means the equation needs to be equal to. So they're running, right? So this is Juliet. I know. And this is Romeo, and they're running towards each other. And what's the total distance? 270. That's why the equation needs to be equal to 270. All right. So at what rate does Romeo run? 16 feet per second. So that would be what? 16x. And then at what rate does Juliet? Who's faster? Because he has 2 more feet per second. Very good. He's probably taller. That's why he can do a little bit more. So what do I have to do with her distance and his distance? Add it. Very good. I got to add it. And then calculator takes over, correct? All right, so I'm going to move the 270. So 16s plus 14x minus 270. So how long before they actually are in a nice hug, embrace, and giving each other kisses? 9 what? Thank you. So 9 seconds. Do we have a 9? Yes, it did. We do, so that's correct. Does everybody agree that it's a 9? Are we doing it or not doing it? You're not doing it? All right. Yeah, but you got to substitute where? In Romeo. Which one is Romeo, 16 or 14? So I got to substitute here, not on 14. So that would be 16 times what? Times 9. Not 2. Why 2? Where does the 2 coming from? I don't know either. Crazy. Feet? Feet per second. Or, well, no, that's just the distance that he had. What about her distance? Can we figure out her distance? How do we do hers? Or you can say 270 minus what? Minus 144. So for Juliet, you can say 14 times 9. This would be Romeo. What is 14 times 9? Can somebody do that for me? 126? Juliet, right? Or you can say 270 minus 100 and 144. It is the same thing. Ooh, are we good? Alrighty.